Greetings, YouTube friends. Today we're diving into the upcoming full moon in Taurus. This isn't just any full moon, it's a supermoon, also bringing extra intensity because it aligns with the planet Uranus. Taurus, the sign of stability and value, meet the unexpected energy of Uranus, which could mean surprises in areas like finance, security, and personal values. We'll explore how this full moon impacts us all and what it might mean for the financial markets and beyond. Let's jump in and take a closer look at what's in store. Okay, so this full moon falls at 24 degrees Taurus. It's just a little more than 1 degree from the planet Uranus. And the planet Uranus rules over innovation, technology, the unusual and unexpected events. And specifically in the financial markets, Uranus and Uranus aspects are correlated to breakthroughs of major resistance levels and also sharp reversals. And so we know when Uranus is involved, it's really about unpredictability, which means we need to be prepared for either scenario. If we were going to take a look at this full moon in relationship to our own personal astrology, you would want to look to where 24 degrees Taurus falls on your own personal natal chart. And this is the area of your life that will be activated by this full moon. If you're interested in exploring natal chart readings, I have those available on my website. I'll put a link in the video description below. So things start to get really interesting when we apply this full moon to the New York Stock Exchange natal chart. So on the inner wheel here, you have the New York Stock Exchange natal chart. The outer wheel here is the transit chart for the moment of the full moon. The full moon lands just 3 degrees from the New York Stock Exchange natal sun. This is likely to bring a strong and unexpected impact on the identity of the New York Stock Exchange. And there's even more at play here because when we take a look at all of the aspects that are happening with this transit full moon, we can see that Pluto is heavily in the mix here. We have a square with a 1 degree orb to the New York Stock Exchange natal Pluto. And we additionally have a transit. The full moon is trine to where Pluto is currently in the sky right now, or transit Pluto. Pluto is all about transformation, and since it rules Scorpio, where the sun is located, it is amplifying the transformative energy. Okay, let's talk briefly about the part of fortune. The part of fortune is not a planet or an asteroid. It's a calculated point based on the positions of the sun, moon, and ascendant at any given time. So it is accordingly then correlated specifically to the location of the chart. So as I'm talking about the part of fortune, I am talking specifically about the full moon over New York City. If you'd like to know where the part of fortune is going to fall on the chart for the full moon in your location, you can just pull a chart for your specific location and see where it falls. Okay, so over New York City, the part of fortune is going to be almost conjunct the sun over New York City. Now, the part of fortune is considered to be an area of good fortune or potential gains. And from my observations, I've noticed that when the part of fortune is positively aspected, it often aligns with bullish price action in the financial markets. So we also have to consider, though, that what's going on here is that we actually, by definition, a full moon is a sun-moon opposition. And so we actually have the moon conjunct Uranus in opposition to the sun conjunct the part of fortune. So this is a little bit of a challenge here. This is almost like the good fortune of the New York Stock Exchange is coming into question here. Lastly, we'll take a look and see that the natal part of fortune for the New York Stock Exchange falls at 5 degrees Gemini. And this is also within a 9-degree orb of where the full moon is falling. So we have a lot of activation for the part of fortune during this full moon. Okay, let's take a quick look here at how the full moon is aspecting the Bitcoin natal chart. So the inner wheel here is the Bitcoin natal chart, and the Bitcoin natal chart has the part of fortune at 17 degrees Taurus, and the full moon at 24 degrees Taurus will be activating that point. We also have a trine to the natal Saturn and a trine to the natal Jupiter, both relatively harmonious aspects. There's a little square action here to the Mars and Neptune as well. So we could keep an eye on that. But overwhelmingly, this full moon is harmoniously aspected to the Bitcoin natal chart. And I would say that with the general strength that we've been seeing in Bitcoin, any periods of consolidation would just be opportunities for buying. And finally, let's just talk about an event that occurs just a little more than 24 hours after the full moon, which is that we are going to experience a Sun, Earth, Uranus planetary alignment. And from the Earth's perspective here, that shows up as a Sun-Uranus opposition. I also look at heliocentric charts, which simply means I look at the position of the planets relative to the Sun, in not just relative to the Earth. And what's fascinating about that is that anytime you get a conjunction or an opposition from on the geocentric chart or from the Earth's perspective, it's going to appear as the opposite from the Sun's perspective because it always results in alignment of the Sun, the planet, and the Earth. So that is what will transpire at 9:44 p.m. In New York City on the 16th. And so this really brings the energy of Uranus front and center. It intensifies the unpredictable and potentially disruptive influence that is going on right now. So my overall thesis is expect the unexpected. And whether you're an investor, a trader, or just interested in the astrology of it all, stay alert, stay grounded, and be prepared to meet the uncertainty with agility. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss future updates. Feel free to drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions, and I'd love to hear how all of these alignments ended up working out for you. Make sure to check out my website where you can book personalized astrology readings at margoamala.com. Until next time.